Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new, welcome. If you have seen one of my videos, the only video that I posted, welcome back. It's nice to see you again. I realized that in my first video, I didn't introduce myself. I just went straight into it. So I guess I'm gonna do a little bit about me. It's gonna be very cute and short and sweet. So my name is Maritza. Put it over here. I am an upcoming third year in college. I am Haitian and I'm Christian, so yay. I don't really know what else to say. Like, the videos that I want to make is just like giving people, like students, just advice about college. If you're going into college, if you're already in college, these videos are for you. And it's basically, this is stuff that I've learned and I'm hoping that it can help somebody else. So let's get started. I wrote it on my notes. So, funny story, I was actually supposed to keep track of, everything that I've learned throughout my second semester, my second year of college, and I didn't do that. So what I have written is the key lessons that I remembered. So I'm hoping that this helps somebody, and if it does, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, so, and if you're going to college and you're about to go into your first year, congratulations. It's gonna be so much fun. And it truly is what you make of it. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay. So the first advice that I have is to be disciplined and to just have balance. So I kind of talked a little bit about it in my first video. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. I would say to truly prioritize your schoolwork. Like, I know that college can be distracting because, it's a whole new environment and you're trying to have a social life and you're trying to, be active on campus, maintain friendships and relationships, and, still go after opportunities. But I would just say, like, if you know you got an assignment due, don't wait to do it. Just do it right away. For my sophomore year, even my freshman year, low-key, I played heavily because I'm not the person who truly knows how to study, and I kind of wait for things to pile up, and then I start to lock in and realize, yeah, I need to do that. But I would just say, like, early on, if you can create like a calendar and just have a schedule that works for you. So by my sophomore year, my freshman year, I played a little bit. I was, staying up late. I was watching shows. I was going to like the social club events on campus, and I wasn't really paying attention in class, and I just think I kind of zone out when I don't understand something, which is really bad. If you don't understand something, go ask for help. And that is what I did. Once I realized that, I'm kind of failing math, I'm failing criminal due process, what I did was I spoke with my advisor. I have two advisors. I have my school advisor for like my classes, making sure that I'm on track of everything, and I have something called the bottom line advisor. It's common in Boston, I think. But if you're not from Boston, I don't know if you guys have something like that. But I basically spoke with my advisor. I told her that I was struggling, and she provided me with some resources. And sometimes when you're not doing the greatest in your class, they send your school advisor like a warning for you, basically. And that advisor also talks to you about your options. But once I realized that my grades was slipping, I was like, okay, let me lock in. And this was for my fall semester. So I went to office hours to get better at math, because math is not my strong suit. I don't like it at all. But I put in the time to make sure that I understood what I was doing. And for criminal due process, I went to her office hours. I read the cases. I was doing everything. And by the end of the fall semester, my grades were improving, and I actually did well on tests. Like, I'm not a good test taker, but seeing that like I went from like a very bad grade to like a good grade. I was like, oh my days, like I'm capable. So I think it's it's better for you to prioritize your schoolwork because you're there to learn, you're there to get that degree, and you know there's gonna be many more events to attend to. There's gonna be many more outings to go to, but you need to prioritize because if you don't, the work is gonna pile up. You're gonna feel behind, and you're gonna actually be going crazy. So please, 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 if you take anything from this video, I ask that you just prioritize your schoolwork, that you make yourself disciplined, you know, because it's not something that, you know, just comes. You have to exercise discipline in order for you to see fruits. Okay, so my second advice would be to be patient and don't compare yourself to other people. I also touched a bit on this on my first video, but like oftentimes you're gonna see people doing well in their classes, they're very active on campus, and they're getting all these internships, but at the end of the day you don't really know those people for real. You don't know like what they go through behind closed doors or how they got, you know, to where they are. And it's just a lot of hard work at times, and sometimes I don't even know what it is, but it's just like truly keep your eyes focused on what you got going on, because if you're focusing on everybody else, you're always going to feel behind and like you're not doing enough. But if you focus on yourself and your competition is with yourself, I guarantee you will feel more motivated to do better, and you will be glad when you see the fruits. You know what I mean? Instead of like comparing yourself to somebody else. I'm going to put the Bible verse that talks about this, because I can't remember it from the top of my head, but there is a specific Bible verse that aligns with what I just said. Yeah, my advice is, if you know that you're doing well and you've already applied to the internship and the jobs and you're studying, you're trying your best to learn, just be patient because you've done all that you needed to do, and you're gonna see the fruits of your labor even if it's not immediate. So please, please, please be patient. Third advice, literally I'm sounding repetitive because I also mentioned this in my first video, but I would say to know the resources available to you. So make sure you know the classes that you have to take and what you need to do in order to be on track to graduate. If your financial aid is looking crazy, because oftentimes it does, like there has been so many occasions when I opened up my student account and I see like a hefty bill, like where am I gonna get that money? Let's be so for real right now. And I went to the financial aid office. I asked questions. I'm like, where did this come from? What are we gonna do? Like, you know. And sometimes you can try to dispute it. You can try to, ask them for help, and they most likely will. I would just say, like, to just ask. You can't. It doesn't hurt to ask. And then my last advice before I close off is to rest. So aside from playing around academically, yeah, I played. I played when it came to my sleep schedule, and please don't do what I did. I'd be going to bed at like 3 in the morning, like, Miss Girl, you have to study. You have an exam. What are we doing? So yeah, prioritize your mental health, prioritize your sleep, because it's not worth risking, for real. Like when you sacrifice your mental health and your sleep, like you can't expect to do well. You can't expect to do well on 3 to 5 hours of sleep. That's not good enough. So my encouragement is to have a designated rest day where you just, may just rest, or just find something that you like to do and do that. Find something that brings you joy and peace and do that. But rest, take a break from all that studying, because studying is good, but your brain needs, some resting time. I'm really hoping that this video was very helpful. I know I talked a lot, but if you made it this far, thank you so much, and I hope that you took something away from this, and that you actually exercise it once you get to college. Because as I'm learning these things, like the things that I mentioned in my first video that I'm like, ah, darn, I wish I did, I actually did. You know what I meant? I'm asking questions in class, I'm going to the office hours, I'm doing what I need to do. And you know, the funny thing is, it's like I said before, I don't know how to study, but for that fall semester when I was struggling with math and I needed to get my grade up for math and criminal due process, bro, I locked in and I was studying, and it was like, wait a minute, this is actually fun. And you know, studying can be fun. It doesn't have to be boring. Like, I just think there's like such a joy when you're like, oh, I understand what I'm learning and I can participate in the conversation instead of feeling lost in class. So I would say don't wait till later to find out that studying is fun. Don't wait for the work to pile up to find out, oh, I actually enjoy what I'm majoring in. I'm actually enjoying what I'm studying. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you. And yeah, bye.